because it's been overwhelming for me as well. I'm trying to create a community of people who have been abroad and want to return home, and probably they don't know where to start from. So I'm not such a gatekeeper when it comes to sharing about finances. That's why I'm kind of making this video for people that are abroad and want to return home, which by the way I strongly encourage. I encourage people to return back to Africa and live so much better right now and at a cheaper cost, okay, relatively, as compared to how I was living abroad. So I strongly encourage people to return back home. This is our home period. So I bought a piece of land which I have big plans for, like agricultural plans. Very expensive project which require a lot of money. Yes, I do have some money saved up, but we all know you cannot just spend all your money. If you do that, then you become broke, and if you become broke, you end up returning back abroad, and we don't want that. I don't want to become broke. So my strategy is like this. I was gonna say was, but no, it still is like this. I need to get a loan which I can acquire because I have some properties that I can put up as collateral. But the main problem that I found when I had returned, because this is like I've been away for too long really, my finances don't exactly reflect in this country. My bank accounts, some of them are still abroad while I'm here. So technically, if I'm to get a loan, my credit doesn't reflect very well. Like I cannot qualify for some good credit. Yeah. Now I got this issue whereby when I approached some of these financing organizations like banks, you know, those circles, the question they were asking me, like, where do you work? And it appeared to me that if I had a job, if I had an address, I would qualify for the kind of money that I actually need. If I get less, then my project won't go as planned, and that means I am not achieving my goals. I need to get the amount of money that I want so I can run all these projects that I have in mind. So that's when a job came in. Obviously I have money, but the money is not enough. And some people were telling me, like, you know, you can keep working and save up. I would probably do that, and that means I would need to save up for up to a year or more to be able to run these projects. The other thing you need to note, when you come from abroad, obviously you set up a kind of a lifestyle. For example, I have a car, and we all know cars are liabilities. That means they take money from you. They are not adding money on you, not directly really, because if I had to take taxis, if I had to take, you know, all these public means, I would probably take more time. Yeah. But if I have my car, I can run anywhere I want to go and do my errands however I want to do them. The point is, I need to get a job so that I can qualify, or I can have an address. And if asked where do I work when I'm applying for a loan, I'm able to say I work in this and this place, and I'll be able to qualify for the money, because the bank needs to trust you, and they need to base on something to trust you. They'll not just take you on your word. And like I said, my finances don't properly reflect in this country. If you look at my bank accounts, some of them are completely neglected. I've neglected them for the past few years that I have not been around. That means they don't show that I have any money at all. And yeah, so basically that is it. Meanwhile, the projects that I'm doing, obviously these are farming projects, they are not just for me. Some of these projects, I have this foundation in mind that I want to start out of the goodness of my heart, but also because I know it was going to be good for me as well. I'm trying to create a community of people who have been abroad and want to return home, and probably they don't know where to start from, or everything seems really overwhelming, because it's been overwhelming for me as well. I'm so lucky that I work online and I'm still earning even when I have returned. But so many people don't have this privilege. When they return home, they have left their jobs, they literally have left everything. So when they return home, they're all about spending, 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 and without earning, which can be really challenging. So the project is like, fine, I'm going to start a farm, my own farm. I'm going to finance my own farm, but I'm going to bring other people on board who are interested in farming projects, and try to train them, try to bring them on board, like because if someone is abroad, some of them, they make money even when still abroad, and when they send it back home, it goes into other people's spending, their relatives. But if you have a project, if you have someone like me who can help you start up a project, and the project is running, when you return home, at least you have something. At least you know there is going to be an income at the end of the day, at the end of the month, and that way you are able to stay here. If you haven't got the gist, if you haven't got the point, I am strongly encouraging people to return home. I have seen how people are suffering abroad. I have suffered myself, and when I think about the streets of Dubai, the streets of Dera, which are full of Ugandan girls, when I think about those girls, I'm like, how can I help? How can I be of inspiration or of assistance, so that these girls too can be able to come back home? Honestly, I've seen how people live in those crowded rooms, sharing spaces, and some of these people, the amount of money that they are earning, it could be helping them to live better. Right now, I haven't built my own house. I'm planning to, but I'm renting a very big apartment, and I'm only paying really small money. And as compared to what I was paying in Dubai, I was paying around it was 4,000. Around 4,000 dirhams, which is around 4 million Uganda shillings. That is around $1,000, a little bit more than $1,000. And I was staying in a studio. I'm gonna try to insert that studio that I was living in.
One day, I seen the struggle, I felt the grind, worked my fingers to the bone, but I never lost my mind in foreign lands. With dreams in my heart, I've hustled through the low.
Meanwhile, Kampala is not for beginners. What a day, what a day. Anyway, I was still talking the last time I ended this video because it was getting too hot. I don't know if it's my AC, but I just don't know. It's not cold enough. Anyway, what I was trying to talk about is, I see how so many Ugandans, so many people abroad, especially Africans, are suffering, and I have been so lucky, I've been so blessed to be able to return back home and be able to live back home. You guys, when I tell you this is not so easy to achieve, it's not. Because when you're abroad, you're making some money really, but you are also spending that money to survive abroad. And in the end, you find it so hard to move back with nothing. If you don't have something, you feel like, no, I can't go back just yet. So the project or the foundation that I have in mind, considering I'm going to start a farm, and it's going to be like a model farm, but not just that, it's going to give support to all these other people who are abroad and want to return home, and they have an idea, they have interest into farming, probably they don't have money like I don't. Some people make really enough money and they're able to do everything on their own. They don't have enough money like I don't. And when you start up a project, like I told you, I wanted to get a loan, but I can't access money, or I can't access enough money. Yes, there's some money they can give me, considering all the small credentials that they can justify or that I can justify on paper, but that's not the kind of money I need. I need a certain amount, and to be able to access that, that's why I need a job, I need an address. So if someone is interested in farming, or plain and simple tired of abroad and they want to return back home and they need help, this is how I come in and help them transition back into the country, transition back into our home, Uganda. Yeah, of course, it's only Uganda, and I know most of my followers are not Ugandans, but maybe this message is going to find Ugandans anyway, especially Ugandans who are abroad. You are stuck there, you don't understand why you are living like a slave. Meanwhile, you're making all this money and you're taking good care of your family back home. They are probably living far better, but you can't even come back, because come back to what? Huh? You don't have anything just yet. You need you need a plan, you need something to look at and be like, okay, this pathway is going to help me return back home and return to living more comfortably. So I'll share in detail about the progress of the project and how it is going to integrate and help someone or people who are going to be interested. But right now, today, I was trying to give a highlight about the fact that I can't access money. I can't access a loan even though I have assets, because I don't have an address. If you don't have an address, you you are excluded. Do you know why some people are still stuck in government jobs even when the government jobs, the pay is so bad? It's because they have address. They have address. Like a police person, they can access money from so many financial services. There is this company called Platinum. Yeah, this company called Platinum. It gives a lot of salary loans to people working in government. And the other thing is, like, you know how in Dubai we buy things on layby? Like you can go get an iPhone and pay like 200 or 300 per month for it. You're already using this iPhone, but the fact that you have an address, you have a job, you have an ID, they know they can always find you if you do fail to pay up. So that is the same thing. That is the same scenario. I don't know if this transcends to any other places. In Uganda, if you have a government job, you can pretty much get anything on credit. A lot of things you can get on credit because you have an address, they know where to find you. Also, they know the government pays you every single month. So even if when you look at your credit status, it's usually big as compared to people like me who are freelancing everything. Yes, I might have more money than someone in the government, in a position like with the police, maybe a teacher, but they have a bigger credit than me because they are employed by the government and they have a better address. It's plain and simple as that. Maybe a follow-up question that might come up from this video would be that, am I going to be working with the government? The answer is no. But I'm going to be working with a reputable company. Yes, by the way, the interview went great. I wasn't worried about it because I have worked with this company before and they trust my abilities. I am a good salesperson. I am so good at sales because I am not shy to do my research, first of all, and not shy to explain this knowledge or this thing. Sales is all about having the knowledge of your product and then selling this product, selling this knowledge. Yeah. So I wasn't worried about the interview. It went really, really great. And we have the job. But I might need to take a couple of days so I can prepare a few things and I can start work very soon. Maybe I'm gonna be vlogging about work soon, I don't know. I'm not good at vlogs because usually when I'm running errands and I'm doing things, I am so busy. That's why most of my videos, I'll just sit down and talk through them. Rarely do I make vlogs because vlogs are hard to film. For some people, vlogs are actually easier to film. For me, when I'm busy, I'm busy. Anyway, that's it about this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you can share, comment, like this video, you'll be doing me a personal favor and I would very, very much appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.